anybody who's never had a period before, let me tell you what you're not trying to do on day one of your cycle. It's run 26 miles, that's for sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Shall I move a little?
Let's think for a second.
How am I gonna say that? I feel.
You clap. I was at the start of the London Marathon, realizing I was on day one. And I remember going through my options, a pad, chafing is very uncomfortable on a marathon course. A tampon, I guess so. I didn't want to run with an extra one. So I decided to just bleed freely. Just bleed freely and run. And I knew it was a radical choice because we as women are not taught to prioritize our own comfort over the comfort of others. We never have been.
My mom has always given me the guidance that as a woman, you don't ever speak of your period and you almost have to pretend like you don't get it. And so if you have a partner, you never mention that you're on your period. You never leave like a box of tampons or anything visible.
I didn't know what a uterus was until I was 18. I was raised in a very conservative environment. We did not have any sex ed. I think my mom maybe gave me a brochure. We had no resources to learn about what it's like to get your period while not identifying as a woman, because that was completely out of the options.
I grew up between New York City and Mumbai, India. In both places, you cannot talk about your menstrual cycle freely. You just can't.
There's something like 5,000 euphemisms for periods. Shark Week, Code Red, when people will say flows in town. One of my favorites, Carrie at the prom.
I think there was a time when I was younger, I may have called it like the red monster.
Even the way that it's branded on television, it's all about how much you can conceal it.
I call it out. I'm getting my period, I'm menstruating. And I think it's really important to use that language.
I think I talk about it all the time, like openly, casually.
So many times when I was growing up, there would be some bleeding through my shorts or whatever. It's part of life, it should not be something that's so shame and fearful, it should be instead something that's like, oh, let me go and take care of that, let me go and fix that.
A, it's not a big deal. B, it's not gross.
It's just part of the lives of half of the population.
I'm trans and I menstruate, so I don't identify as a woman. Every month I have to deal with that cycle, deal with the effects on my body. I have this thing that I call the candy bar dilemma, which is when you're in a stall in a men's bathroom and you kind of make that crinkly noise with the tampon when you're opening it, and they're like, what's that? And you're like, oh, it's just a Kit Kat. You have to cover it up. You have to figure out a way every time you're on your period to hide that and to keep yourself safe.
We will have moved the needle on combating the silence around menstrual shame and stigma when we see the experience of a period so normally woven into the day-to-day expectations of life that we don't use weird phrasing like feminine hygiene products. We no longer see advertisements that use a blue liquid to symbolize very natural, healthy blood. That's a normal part of life.
In most of the United States, tampons and pads and menstrual products are not exempt from sales tax. They're not considered necessary such that they qualify for the exemption. People call it the tampon tax.
If we spoke more about the experiences that people have when they're on their periods, we would be leading to better innovation. And we're seeing it now. We're seeing period underwear with unique innovations in fabric. We're seeing organic cotton tampons really push their way to the forefront of the market.
In the past few years, I've grown to really enjoy that time of the month. It gives me kind of like a reason to slow down and rest and focus on myself.
My relationship to my period has changed in terms of me, feeling more comfortable with my body, also linked to coming out, which was really a change in how I saw myself and was more reflective of myself and more appreciative of my body.
As a kid, it was exciting to get my period. As a young adult, I'd usually be relieved when my period came. It would mean my body was healthy, I wasn't pregnant. Trying to have kids, a whole different relationship, hoping your period doesn't come. Now, as an older person, as it's winding down, maybe slightly nostalgic. I don't know about that, maybe not.
Our menstrual cycles is what enables us to reproduce and have babies and be in the world as a species. And so many reasons to be not just comfortable with it, but actually really appreciative.